What's up, duelist? Eden here, and welcome to another T.O.S Team video. Today I'll show you another crazy Edison format deck profile. If you want more emblematic deck profiles like that, don't forget to like and share this video with the community. What type of deck archetype would you like to see in the next deck profile? Comment there. Dark World is one of my favorite archetypes in Yu-Gi-Oh! And knowing that the structure deck didn't exist at the time, it was quite challenging to try to play a pure Dark World. So in this version, I decided to explore not only the archetype's potential to generate resources through draws and special summons through discarding, but also to combine it with one of the most feared engines in retro Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Teledad engine. 40 cards in the main deck, 19 monsters, 18 spells, and 3 traps, starting with the beloved Dark World engine. 3 gold, 3 silver, 1 beige, and 3 bro. Gold and silver spamming special summons to pressure bait some opponent's traps, and the most commonly in this build, using them as synchro material. Beige is the same, but because it's weaker, I don't think it's worth running more than 1. 3 bros for consistency and often serve to feed the graveyard with the 3 darks you need for the Dark Armored Dragon. 3 Dark World dealings and 3 lightning. Dealings is the main card in the deck, not only to make it run, but also to unbrick it. And I'd like to highlight here, Dark World Lightning is the card because it destroys not only set spells and traps, but monsters too. So goodbye flip monsters and recruiters, for example, and it also serves to bait cards, forcing the opponent to activate them. Now, I know these aren't from the Dark World archetype, but they are discard cards that are uncontested in the deck, especially in a format like Edison, where you are allowed to use them. I refer to Card Destruction and Morphing Jar. Even though they are limited, when they resolve at the right time, they are simply delightful. I wish they weren't banned in head format. And to finish off the discard cards, 3 Drag It Down, because Dark World is also a hand control deck against the opponent. It's always good to know what they have in hand and take away powerful resources they can use against you. Now let's take a look at the Psychic Agent. 2 Psychic Commander, 3 Krabins, 1 Emergency Teleport, and 3 Telemetric Power Well. Commander is important for making Synchro 8 plays with gold or silver, or even for using their effect if you already have another stronger monster like Life Transfer or Tough Rooter. For example, buffing them even more to out another big opponent's monster. Krabans is a thorn in the opponent's side, which buys us time for a specific play. And because they are Tuner 2, you can always bring or mind control the opponent to synchro with them. Entirely because, yes, extending the play without needing to spend the turn's normal summon and much more. One of the deck's best cards without a doubt. And Powerwell, our Krabon's Monster Reborn, allow us to go further in our plays, land some OTKs, or even hold the game in tight moments with the infamous Krabon's control play. Speaking of the last limited cards of the deck, Betty, of course, Gores serving as one of the deck's field defense. What do you think of him in this build? Controversial? Comment below. And to run down the monsters, Sangan, to reach any of the tuners, Morphing Jar when necessary, and even Bros for that humble draw. Closing out the limited staples, Allure, Heavy Storm, Brain, and Mind Control. For the free traps, Mind Crush, because, as I said before, Dark World is also a hand control deck. So even if you are playing against decks that don't search monsters for their hand, you almost always have Mind Crush alive due to drag it down, and the next and final card from the main deck to deck Devastation Virus, because this deck needs them as a key piece of hand control depending on certain decks. I dare say it's even an instant win, as most of the time it will always put you one step ahead of your opponent, especially when you make them draw with the deck's spells under the effect of the virus. Extra deck now, one Hyper Psychic Blaster. I like this card. There are times when you need life points, and gaining them with the ability to deal piercing damage to your opponent is even better. Red Dragon against heavy defense position decks. Colossal Fighter for defense and standard loop. Top Ruler for giving life in necessary moments and protecting not only itself but you other psychic type monsters from spell and trap targets. Darkened Dragon for faster monster remove. Stardust for protection. Black Rose to whiteboards. 2 psychic life transfers to gain life points, and be sure you can get to a Hyper Blaster. Goyo and Bryonak. Just remember that Bryonak doesn't trigger Dark World effect, because discarding is its activation cost. Magical Android as our last Psych-type monster from the extra deck, Catastor and Armor Yarn. And finally a little space for Chimera Tech Fortress because it's necessary. Side recommendations, we have this, we have these cards, especially My Body as a Shield against Have Destructions, Twister against Royal Oppression, and if you like to trigger the second Dark World monster effects, Dark Deal is your salvation, especially against heavy spell decks. And here comes the final question. Is it possible to play Dark World in Edison? As I saw here, absolutely. It's possible to play with a variety of decks. You just need to know the card pool, be creative, and know what your deck needs to have the synergy with the cards and manage to play as little as possible, even if it's a for fun deck. That's it, duelists. I hope you enjoy it. I want to hear your thoughts on the next deck in the comments. Until the next video, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Beyond the Meta.